Well, this is a bit different. Today we're going to try and do the latest video regarding Run the Date. We're going to try and do some videoing outside for a change, and try and explore the next question, which will be, will the physical and mental strain of everything that I've got to do, how will that affect me over the course of the challenge? And being at work on a lot of the days that I'll be doing those the runs, I think will have a great effect, especially on the physical side of things. But we'll have a look, see how we get on. Welcome to another video regarding the Run the Date challenge I've set myself for January of 2021. And as you can see again from the settings, we've had to come inside and rule out the videoing that I was going to do out and about due to the weather conditions. So we'll crack on and just see what we can do from now on. Well, you wouldn't actually believe how many takes, how many setups, how many different angles, how many different camera setups I've tried today, how many various situations, lighting, as I say, cameras. We've had the dog barking, we've had the telly on, we've had noise from the dryer and the washer from the kitchen, and I've come to the opinion now that no way I'm going to get all this into one take. So basically, I've put myself some wine. I'm going to put the camera on, and I'm just going to keep recording now until I've said everything that I've got to said everything that I've got to say regarding Run the Date, which is the challenge that I've set myself for January of 2021. Whereby, if you don't know by now, I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to run the date every day of January from the 1st to the 31st. So for example, if it's the 5th of January, I'm going to run 5 miles. I'm not going to do 1 of a morning, I'm not going to do 4 of a night. I'm going to run, when I decide to go out for a run, I'm going to do that 5. Loads of people have been asking me, when you get to the big miles, Mr. G, can you split them up? No, the answer is no. So if I've got 20 miles to do, I'm going to stick to the task in hand and do 20 straight off. Whatever time I do it, whether it's morning, noon, afternoon, evening, whatever, I'm going to do the 20 straight away. Now, the big question is, and this is number 50 in the sort of my head of what I was thinking when I set the challenge, is, am I going to be affected both physically and mentally during that whole day, during that whole month? Well, I suppose it is on a day as well, and the answer is yes, whether it be mental or physical, and the two are tied so close together that they are inseparable, because what affects me mentally could also affect me physically. What affects me physically will also affect my mental state. For example, I'm a true believer on the only way me personally can do all these challenges and finish the task that I've sort of committed to is to have some sort of routine. If I don't have that routine, one, physically I don't think I can do it. I have to have that routine so I know in my head that I've had the same breakfast on that day, I've got the same sort of trainers on, the same kit, or I've decided the night before exactly what I'm going to do. It's all about the planning, and although you can't plan for every eventuality, if you've got some sort of routine and if you stick to it, because it's that monotony of running every day, day after day for 31 days in concession, you've got to have that routine. As much as the running every day over that 31 days becomes a routine in itself, you've still got to have a basic plan of what you personally are going to do. Now, if that goes to pot and for some reason I can't stick to that plan, that's when it could affect me mentally, because that will play on my mind. if certain things haven't gone right on that day or the day before, they will then be in my head and affect me the following day. Now, I'm not turning my phone at the moment, but I had a quote today from a guy called Simon, who's part of our running group. Brilliant guy. Asked me how I motivate myself, because I went out this morning and he wanted to know how I continue to motivate myself. And my response, I can't even remember word for word, was the fact that if I commit to doing something, that is the motivation for me to get out there and do it. I've already committed to doing something, and that would be a failure to me if I didn't get out. It's almost, I've set myself a task, I've set myself a target, so that is in itself the motivation. And again, that is a mental thing, so I will be affected mentally by sort of stuff like that. Now, as regarding the physicality of doing all these things, what I've found in the main, when I've done challenges like this in the past, after 3 or 4 days of that routine, again, like we discussed, I sort of fall into this, I don't know what it is, it's this way of doing things, and it almost makes these endurance challenges and these ultra distances not become easy, but they become part of the routine, and they become part of that setup and that plan for the day. And although, like I say, they don't become easier, it's still a struggle and it's still a strain, and it just takes everything that I've got to actually go and do those things. Like I said, that becomes part of the routine, so in a sense it does become that little bit easier. Excuse me. And like we said a few minutes earlier, that's when the mental thing comes in. If something quite doesn't go to plan in that routine, that's when I start getting a bit concerned and a bit worried. And Mrs. G is the same. Obviously, Mrs. G will be coming, hopefully, on a lot of the longer runs, not necessarily to do them, although, yeah, she will do some of it. She's always been my backup, and she's always been like in the lay-by at the side of the road with, first aid, with more nutrition, with drinks, with whatever and everything. And again, that plan affects her. So if between us we've got this plan, and again, like I say, things can go to pot and it won't always go as we set out, but if you've got that basic idea, then that's all you need to just get cracking and get the day sorted, basically. What I will continue to do is update you more and more the closer we get to that first mile on the 1st of January. And then obviously, if we can do some sort of either live feed or video feed on the day or just after I've done the run each day, just to keep you updated how I'm feeling, how everything's gone, has it gone okay or not, and then preparation for the next day. We'll just keep you up to speed and updated on all the social media stuff that I currently do. Obviously, the links will be flashing up on the video through this one. So yeah, follow us, check us out, like us, see what you can do regarding donation. But yeah, that's how we're going. Cheers. Now, what we must do in this video is mention why we're doing it and who we're doing it for. It has been done briefly in the past, but basically, I'm not so much doing it in memory of my dad, who during the time that we're doing it, I think it's the 19th of January, it'll be 2 years since his passing. Now, what we're actually trying to raise money for is for the staff and that group of people that deal with those sort of things day in, day out, specifically Seven Hospice based in Telford and Shrewsbury. And that's where my dad spent the last 2 days that he was with us. The last 2 weeks that he was with us, and the care and the attention that the staff bestowed upon him was just unbelievable. And the quality of life that he had for those final 2 weeks was absolutely fantastic. And that sort of affected the way we were as well. We knew exactly what was going to happen and the reason he was in there, but because the staff were the way they were, made our lives so much easier in those truly awful times. They gave us just as much care and attention as they were sort of bestowing on my dad at the time. So that's why I'm doing it. That's what sort of inspires me, the sort of memory of my dad and the staff at Seven Hospice. So if you want to donate or pledge any money or just help me in any way financially, I'm on the Just Giving page. Just look for my name, Paul Green. You'll come across all the pages that I've done for all the different charities, and you'll find the one for the Seven Hospice under the title of Run the Date. Now, lastly, before we sign off, probably thinking, yeah, he's waffled on more than enough now. So I'm just going to raise a glass to everybody out there, especially friends, family, and the Trotters, ex-work colleagues as well. I know you've supported me a lot over the years and still continue to do so. So cheers, happy Christmas. It's been a pretty crap year, but hopefully next year will be a lot better. So happy Christmas, guys, and see you soon.